Hi, Michelle and
Cat,
with Dreaming English, and today we're going to talk about
the bunnies and how we got them.
So how did we get these bunnies?
So it started one day, as you can see I have made cloud and coconut here. It started one day when I used to be in this program
So one day
called 4-H.
you can make a green clover. So it's a club, and
I used to go to this program called 4-H, and it was a club that was doing a lot of things about animals, but in my particular 4-H club, we were doing a lot of things with bunnies. So we had a friend who ran it, and she had a lot of bunnies.
So she had a friend.
She had a lot of bunnies, which was, like, when I say a lot, I mean a lot, like probably over 10. And some of the bunnies were, so I worked with that program and I helped the bunny, like I helped take care of them and everything, and we'd have meetings. We went to this bunny convention where there were a lot of bunnies as well.
So they actually drove to a bunny convention.
And my friend's mother, she was the one who ran it.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually during the springtime, one of the bunnies, who was a Netherland dwarf bunny, which is one of the smaller kinds of bunnies.
So they're smaller and not
smaller
big.
And very quite common. So that rabbit was giving birth at the time, and if you can see,
So she was having babies
if you can see this photo here,
under us.
you can see that there's coconut in the background with the mother, and then those two little white bunnies in the front that I'm petting, that's one of them is Cloud.
Cloud, and Cloud has the red eyes.
The brother of Cloud and Coconut, who also had red eyes, someone else adopted him and named him Marshmallow.
And we needed to get, well, first you found out that they were going to be sold, and you asked.
Well, I didn't really find out that they were going to be sold for a while until we went to this place called Tractor Supply Co.
So it is the place that sells all kinds of things for tractors or for farming. And we went there, we were volunteering, we were selling stuff to make money for 4-H, so we were selling cookies and whatnot. We had a
little
table.
tent.
We had a
with
tent
a
with a table, and we were selling
canopy.
cookies.
So we were selling like snacks like cookies, and we were also selling some bunny treats. But we were also had this little cage that is really small that had it wasn't like a cage, but it was something where
it was like a playpen kind of thing
out
for rabbits.
And we were putting the bunnies inside. So the bunnies were all hopping around, and there were a lot of bunnies there. So Marshmallow had already been adopted. So Marshmallow
was another little white bunny
that was Coconut's and Cloud's sister,
and had some
so
white
he got adopted.
red
So
eyes.
there was Cloud there. Then there was also Coconut. And there were 3 mini Rex rabbits.
So they're a different size rabbit.
They're a bit bigger, but these ones
bigger.
were all babies when we got them, so they were all quite small.
Mm-hmm.
And the mini Rex rabbits and Rex rabbits, they have very soft, velvety fur.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember there was this one that had 2 different colored eyes because one of his eyes was actually blind.
So he could not see out of one of the eyes.
So if I ever wanted to put him into like a bunny competition or something, you would probably get disqualified for that reason. There was another Mini Rex one that I remember had only one ear covered in black, and another Mini Rex that and those were the 3 Mini Rex rabbits. Now there were, and I believe those were all of the bunnies that were there. They were each selling for about maybe $50, which
so we had to pay money if we wanted to buy them.
Yeah. So there were a couple people who were coming looking at the rabbits. We hadn't had any real selling yet.
Mm-hmm.
And until this one person came and they decided to buy one of the Mini Rex ones. I believe it was this one. So this one got adopted.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were some other rabbits as well, but those were just the ones that I remembered. And then when I found out that they were actually selling them, because I didn't really know, I'm like, Mom, can we get one?
And I was like, I don't know.
They were really cute, and
but they were so cute, so she caught me in a moment of weakness, and I said, okay, I guess we could get one rabbit.
And we got Cloud. So I named her Cloud because of her white fur, obviously. And the rest of the day I spent just helping out selling the stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes putting Cloud in this little basket that they had and just feeding her clovers. Then I remember another time I had found a 4-leaf clover in the little field.
Which is like this, a 4-leaf clover.
And I had put it on top of Cloud's head, and it fell down, and she ate it, and I was sad.
Because
So
4-leaf clovers are supposed to be lucky.
So we bought Cloud after that, and we were on our way home. Cloud was
And
sitting in my lap.
I thought, oh, one bunny is going to be lonely. So I called the mom and I said, is there another one? I knew that we had to get another girl, because if you get a girl and a boy rabbit, you're going to have a lot more rabbits.
We don't need any more rabbits.
Right?
Thank you.
So she said yes. So
We
the
still
next day,
So she and plus we got Coconut, which is actually the sister. So the reason why I named her Coconut is kind of strange, because her fur, in certain lights, even though it's a gray squirrel color, it kind of looks like almost brownish color sometimes. So it kind of looks like the skin of a coconut since it's all furry. But then when you pet her fur backwards, instead of petting her like this, if she was sitting this way, I would pet her backwards. You could see that the inner fur inside of her fur was a white color. So I decided to call her Coconut, and the next time that we went to one of the 4-H meetings that was optional, that was just a meeting talking about different events that would be happening. The mother of my friend brought the rabbit with her, and at the end of the thing gave the rabbit to me. So then we brought her home. Now, when we were at Tractor Supply Co., though, my mom had to buy things like cages
Mm-hmm.
and all that kind of stuff for the bunnies.
And then the mother said, you know that they can't live together in the same cage for very long, because when they get older,
They get territorial and
Mhm.
start fighting.
Mhm.
And we had them in the same cage for a while. They just basically sat. We had this litter box that was supposed to be a litter box for them, but they never used it. They just sat in it all day. So they were just sitting next to each other practically all day, sometimes going out to get some water. But I noticed that we had this little water dispenser thing that was like this, but they were having trouble drinking from that. So eventually we got them bowls that you could turn onto the side of the cage, so that way they'd stay on the side
so
of
they
the
wouldn't get
cage.
flipped over.
Yeah. And that seems to work, and we still have them.
But then the white one,
So the white one eventually. So one time I was petting this one here. When I noticed that I was petting Coconut, when I noticed that there were some red spots on her back, and I'm like, what is this? Near her skin, and that part of her fur was kind of chewed out. If you were just petting her, you wouldn't really notice, but if you actually felt around that area, you would notice. So I'm like, what was that about? And then I saw Coconut kind of Cloud kind of biting her
Right. So
because they were probably like starting to get through that thing where they're kind of territorial.
So I renamed this one Bunnicula after one of our favorite books.
Because it was like about a vampire bunny who, instead of biting other bunnies, they would bite vegetables.
Right.
And suck out the juices
like
and turn them white. So it would be like a carrot, just like a normal old carrot with some green leaves. But then, after the bunny
would bite it, and it would
suck out all the juices out of the carrot, making it a white carrot.
And then a tomato.
And all that kind of stuff. So it would be like a normal tomato. I don't know.
And then what would happen?
And then the bunny would...
the bunny would bite it.
The bunny would bite it, and it would turn into a white tomato.
So this one, nickname is Bunnicula. Since we put them in separate cages, that
hasn't happened.
Right.
And also, I remember after we had put them in separate cages, we spent a while looking for cages, and eventually one of them have the inside cage that they had grown up in, and we got a hutch that we put outside, and every so often we would switch them, so that way they would be like in different cages. They would be in different cages so that one didn't have to be outside all the time, and they could have a chance to be inside as well. And we still have that hutch, and I can actually crawl into the hutch. And one time I hid in it for hide and go seek.
Next to each
Move
other.
around, and they seem to like when I put them. They always have liked high places, so they seem to like when I put them up on the top of this cat tree thing. They like just sitting up there and looking out the window.
All right. So.
Okay. So, basically, we also and she's also very crazy, so we nicknamed her Storm, kind of like Cloud has Bunnicula. Hi, Stormy, and Storm Cloud, well, it goes together.
Oh my goodness.
So,
right.
These are the bunnies.
These are the bunnies.
They're very rambunctious.
See the red eyes on this one? Last time we had these bunnies
she's
out.
still eating a piece of hay.
Oh, I see. Last time we had these bunnies out, this one bit me. So I didn't want to hold it today.
Like a nip.
It didn't bleed. There was no red blood, but it bit me on my arm. So I had to cut that part of the video. So,
do you want another piece of hay?
Do you have any pets? If you do, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you don't miss any videos.
All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Whoop.